Yes, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kitty Broom here on a fabulous Monday night in Brisbane. Now, it is officially, what is it? It's the 3rd of September, so we're into spring now here in Australia. It's already up to mid-30s, low 30s in some days. Crystal clear blue skies, fantastic way to live your life in the state of Queensland here in Australia. It's number 54, so that means we've been going 1 year and 2 weeks, myself and Paul. So, g'day, Paul. How are you going? How's things down on the Gold Coast for you, mate?
It's all a buzz down here, buddy. We're shooting for lots more events happening this week. We've got people from everywhere. I don't know where they keep all these events coming from, but we've got multiple sclerosis events, and we have car shows, and everybody's coming from everywhere around the world for Transplant Australia. They've got their games coming up next week, and walkathon for cancer. It's just a real buzz.
All right, so that means there's plenty of people around wanting to enjoy the Queensland lifestyle. Now, it's a very good morning to Claudia, and you're in a different location. You're not in Germany. You've gone, as we say in Australia, you've gone walkabout, Claudia. So where are you today?
Morning, Kitty. Morning, Paul. Yeah, I'm in Switzerland at the moment. So sure, you can't stay still. You can't stay at the same place. You know, I'm a traveler. I'm a constant traveler. So I'm actually 10 minutes away from Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum. So I'm actually in the capital of basically where all the big blockchain, all the big companies in crypto space are. That's where I am, 10 minutes away.
So when you say companies, you mean they're like their headquarters, not their mining farms, but their headquarters. Is that right?
Correct. So, for example, you have here the headquarter of the Ethereum Foundation. So Vitalik Buterin is actually here in Switzerland. Then you have, now, I don't know if he's today here, but I mean, that's where, of course, his headquarter is, and they have a whole big building on the beautiful Lake Souk. And all the other, I mean, there's many ICO companies, and then companies which are not anymore ICOs, which of course are now coins on the coin market cap. So lots of those companies, they're actually here. They're based here.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Now, looking very sunny there and beautiful. There's a couple of things I want to ask you today, Claudia. Bill is in Dubai somewhere, so unfortunately he doesn't look. I've sent him a message, but haven't got a response. So he's indisposed, I guess would be the word, or busy. He's always busy. Now, what I want to do first off is share my screen and show people the AlixComp calculator and just play around with a few numbers, and just so people can understand how they can play around with a few numbers to get an idea of when our contracts would start paying us our Bitcoin ones. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Just if you guys can just let me know when you see the screen. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's clear.
I'll make it maybe a little bit bigger. Is that a bit bigger? Is that all right? Okay. So this is the AlixComp Bitcoin calculator that we can use on a daily basis just to keep track of how Bitcoin is going in comparison to the price of Bitcoin, but also the difficulty rate and the payout figure per terahash. So just download this alixcomp.com/Bitcoin calculator, that one there. It's up the top in the probably can't see that. It's up there anyway. So all you do is drop down menu, change that to terahash, and then just put 1 terahash in. And this is the rate that they have, $7,259.30 for 1 Bitcoin. And we just hit the calculate button. And you scroll down a bit, and it gives you the difficulty rate in this cycle for 1 terahash is paying out 27 cents per terahash. Now, our maintenance fee with Genesis is 28 cents. So we're very close extremely close to having our contracts go live again. And then this is the estimated difficulty rate for the next block. It's still the same, so it's up here. That's just changed since I looked at it before. It was 0.3 before. Now it's just jumped to 0.7. Now the way to play around with it is just get rid of the numbers here. Just all you do is that. So let's try $7,500 US and hit the calculate button, and then scroll down, and it's gone to 28 cents for 7,500. Not quite enough to earn us, because that's the maintenance fee. So we'll just change that to 7,600. Just put that in there and calculate again, and it recalculates. Still 28 cents in both of these. So let's just add $50, $7,650, and we hit the calculate button. And there's the magic 29 cents per terahash. So that's at this particular, right at this moment where Bitcoin is at where it is now, and this is a particular difficulty rate, it needs to go to 7,650 to hit that 29 cent mark. So all you guys and girls out there just need to use this Alice Comp Bitcoin calculator and just plug in the numbers, just play around with it. So let's, for example, it takes a huge jump in the next 2 weeks and goes to $8,000, right? 8,000 US, hit the calculator button. And then what happens there? We're up to 30 cents, so 2 cents per day. And then all the bulls and the, what do we call them? It goes to 10,000. Just thinking out loud here. That's 1,000. There's 10,000 US dollars. We calculate that. And then it's jumped to 37 cents. It's just jumped. That's a big jump, actually, from just a couple of grand there to jump to 37 cents. Maintenance fee is 28 cents, so it's 9 cents per terahash. So, you know, if there's a bit of a run on, once we hit that 7,650 in the next week, then our contracts will be paying if it happens. And then it takes a run, then we're back paying. So it's a very, very useful calculator just to, I'm just going to stop sharing now and come back to you, for people to use that. I'll drop the, yeah, that's right, or the difficulty rate goes down because companies are turning their machines off, turning their mining machines off. And that is a fantastic question, Paul, that you just put in there. G'day to Connie and Robbie and Gobnut, how you going? Claudia, here's a question. If we're not profitable at the moment with Genesis, are they running, because someone asked in the Facebook group, are they running their machines while it's not profitable, or they just keep them idling, or do they turn half off and just have some running, or they turn 90% off and have 10% running, so they're testing all the time? Do you know any information about that?
Well, if you read the contract terms and condition, if you were to read them, actually, if you were to go to the website Swissquote Global or Genesis and you read the FAQs, and there it says that actually entered in a grace period. That means they will be, for 60 days, they will be at their cost running the machines. For 60 days. That's actually what it says there in the terms and conditions, doesn't it? Now, I don't know, and I don't think that Genesis will tell us if they do, if they don't run. I mean, that I don't know, and I know that Bill doesn't know that.
All right, so they've still got machines running, as far as I know, but for any, well, obviously they've got to have some machines running with the new ones for the 14 cents terahash, 14 cents maintenance fee.
Well, you got to. Sorry, Kitty didn't want to interrupt, but I did. So people, how can I say it? So they have many mining centers, farms. Or just, it's not just, I don't know how people get even the conception, but anyway, it's not just Iceland. It is not just Sweden. This is actually not Bitcoin anyways, because we always said this is altcoin mining farm. Most of the Bitcoin mining farms, they are actually in China. And so they're everywhere. They have farms in Israel. They had farms, not anymore in Venezuela and Argentina. They have farms in South Korea. They have farms in Japan. So all over the world. First and foremost, I had said this many times. So now the next thing is when they bought, so they released the 14 cents contracts. Yes, that means new machines were bought, which different conditions than the machines were bought for the maintenance fee of 28 cents. Remember, last year when Bitcoin went through the roof, by the end of the last year, you couldn't actually get equipment. It was really hard to get equipment. Equipment would just rise in price like crazy. I mean, the miners, the companies such as Bitmain, Bitfury, the chip producers, I mean, they just put, I mean, there was so much demand, which they put the prices through the roof. And then at the end of the chip producers, Genesis had a contract, I know that very well, Genesis had a contract for a certain amount to pay, but then when the chip producers actually did give the machines, they said, no, hang on, or because there's so much demand, we're going to charge you more. Okay, so you have right now a very different condition in the market. So because mining has gone 500% more difficult than it was last year, and then Bitcoin has dropped, the demand in new equipment has really lowered very much. That means the chip producers had to reduce the amount of what it cost, of course, for the miners. Okay, so the ASICs, the computers, the machines, they don't cost anymore what they did cost before. So that all led to, and of course, the improvement on building out the new farm in Sweden, for example, this time in Sweden, has led to improvements in the profitability. Okay, and also the farms they built in China has led to the improvement. Then it's normal. I mean, you learn when you build a new mobile phone. Well, the second mobile phone will be better, the third will be better, the fourth will be better, and so on. You always improve things, and so every time they build a new farm, it will be improved, and that's why they could lower for the new contracts to 14 cents per terahash. But that doesn't mean that the old contracts with the 28 cents, they can now just change them over to the new, because they are running in a different mining center, on different machines, and they cannot just go and take them and now put them all into the new. I mean, this is basically losing money. So nobody would do that. No common mindset a person would do that. So this is the terms and conditions we have, just to make that clear.
Yeah, that's true. Different changes in technology, obviously. So the 28 cent terahash machines at maintenance fee ones, they're the older style machines. They run on different, I guess, programs and the way the actual machine works. And then they're way more expensive. Yeah. And obviously, well, everything gets, mobile phones, well, unfortunately, some mobile phones are getting cheaper, but others are charging more because there's so much demand for mobile phones. They've got to have the latest one, and they bring these things out. This is an Oppo, which is Chinese version of iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, whatever it is. It's about 25% the cost. It does the same job. But everyone wants the latest thing, Samsung 8, Samsung 9, Samsung 10, and a year from now it'll be the Samsung 25. And they're up to, the latest phone here in Australia is about 1,300 Australian dollars if you want to buy it outright, which is just crazy for a mobile phone. That the technology inside these phones only lasts about 6 months and then are upgraded. They're faster, more efficient, blah, 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 but everyone wants the next one. So I guess the same thing happens in our industry as far as the mining machines go. All we got to really focus on that calculator that we had a look at, and just the price easing up. And I'll just go to CoinCap. It's 7,237. It's sort of hovering around the same in the last 24 hours, around the same mark. It just needs a bit of a wriggle on to 7,650. The other thing I want to ask you, Claudia, if it hits 7,650 and then after an hour goes back down, that's not good enough. It's got to stay there for 24 hours, or what's the terminology? What's the time limit?
Well, yes, it got to stay a little bit longer there, so it just can't like hover like for 1 hour. So it's not really. It should at least, you know, stay a few more hours longer to make it profitable. Again, those terms. But I wanted to just add something before to the other question as well, which we were talking. Then, of course, you know, when last year was with the mining. Before I go to the next question, you basically had just Bitfury and you had Bitmain as chip producers. You maybe had some other small companies, but now you have chip manufacturer, you have Samsung came into the market. Now you have some other Japanese companies. Now you have like a lot of new companies going into the manufacturing of chips of those machines which run the mining. So you have way more competition there in of course that market, and so way more in one sense that makes the rigs, the mining rigs cheaper. So they are cheaper, but on the other hand side, it makes also the difficulty rate a little bit, of course, not a little bit, quite much exploding, because they all start also to mine. So you have a lot of things in that space we didn't have last year. It wasn't there last year. So, but to answer your questions, Kitty, yes, you need to stay, of course, a few more hours. You need to stay 24 hours basically on that higher price. But the great thing is what we see now is it's not rising. I prefer to rising steady, to have like, you know, every few days, a little bit of improvement, a little bit of improvement. It's more healthier than you have the jump. And then I think it's what we see right now. It's a little bit more healthy. And we could see it very soon actually going higher. So I believe it's going to go higher. But again, we have still over 4 weeks time. So it's not the end of the day.
No, that's right. Because we're looking at October the 6th, I think, is the basic the date. And then if it gets to that, Genesis will make a decision, maybe good, maybe bad, yet to find out. But in the interim, we only need a couple $100 the price to go up, and then bang, that's wiped that day count back to zero, and we're earning a few cents per day. And the contracts are alive, which is what we want. So just got to keep our positivity that way. I've been watching quite a few videos this week, and some people that American network CNBC in the financial program, they get a whole bunch of different people on it. Their videos come up on, or their program comes up on YouTube, and I guess they're selective in the people that they interview, because a few people are very, very negative about the impact of Bitcoin and how can the government let this happen when everything else is regulated. Surely they're going to come in and stamp it down, or it's not going to be going anywhere, because governments don't like that sort of thing and they lose control, and the banking system is not good and whatever. But others, like your friend what's his name? Antonopoulos. And
Andreas Antonopoulos, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one. Yes. He's super positive about the uses of Bitcoin, and he goes into detail. I watched quite a few of these videos, very enlightening as far as understanding the basics behind the blockchain, and he answers people's questions very, very well that they throw at him. So it's as Paul says, you've got to be patient in this time and learn a bit more so you can help other people understand. I guess the more people understand about the technology, then certainly blockchain is going to influence a lot of people over the coming years. So that's pretty exciting. Now, is there any other news from Genesis? Now, I know I just looked on their site today. Many of the people watching may have done that as well. They've got Bitcoin available. Now we know that. We don't. The Dash mining is available, 2-year contract, but I see it says maintenance fee. They didn't have that before, so that's new. And then they've got Ethereum available, 2-year contract, but that's got a maintenance fee now. So that's a little bit different. So is that we in our back office, we don't show that as being available. There's no announcements. So is it profitable for Bill to look at that, or that's not the case at the moment, Claudia?
No, that's not the case at the moment. So as you know, we're building a mining farm. So Swissco Global, they are building out a mining farm, and they want to do it a little bit of way different on doing the payouts than they have been before. So not like just selling contracts. So at the moment, no, we don't. I mean, there's a lot of things which is happening now. It's not that mining is not anymore profitable. I mean, don't get me wrong. Absolutely not. So you have lots of companies actually starting now mining. The thing is that, of course, we're going onto the halving of Bitcoin. That's going to come in April 2020. And so usually based on technical analysis, of course, there's a downwards trend, which of course we had happened, or we are in the midst of it. Basically, what does it mean for mining? Before, in the altcoin contracts, we didn't have a maintenance fee. Now we have a maintenance fee, of course. They're still profitable to mine. We still get paid on our altcoin mining contracts. But if, of course, we go in a little bit of a further downtrend, which could be quite possible that we could have a breakout to the upside, then we go down again, then we have a breakout to the upside. That's the usual how markets work. But it could be, of course, for the altcoins, they always hit a little bit more. So they always get damaged a little bit more when it's going down. And so based on those, I believe, Bill decided we have so many great products going to come out, which are very different, which are going to give you a yield, which are going to be very different. And so he didn't, we didn't decide to go further that way. We went, he wants to change a little bit direction.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Certainly the new tokens coming out, that's going to be pretty exciting. And the other opportunity coming through as well, very, very exciting. September now, so things are going to happen late September, early October. We're only weeks away, which is great. Paul, I was going to ask you, do you have any questions or comments regarding, for Claudia, regarding the, I'm still being paid in Ethereum. About once every 5 or 6 days, I get paid Ethereum in Bitcoin.
And Litecoin and Dash and Zcash on Monero?
I've only got very, very few contracts in the others. I've got a lot of Ethereum and a lot of Bitcoin. That's the way I went. So I'm getting paid in Ethereum. Paul, you have a few Ethereum, don't you, contracts? Are you receiving some payments there?
Yeah, that's they're coming through on a regular basis from Ethereum because we couldn't buy the Bitcoin contracts prior to March of this year. So we switched over to Ethereum and we bought a number of those. Yeah, so that's keeping us keeping the dollars ticking over. Put it that way.
Have you seen any videos of late shedding any positive light on what's going on in the market?
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff that's coming through. There's an article today about news on mining. New study highlights the many positives of Bitcoin mining. So they're all good stuff. Every day, some real positive stuff comes through from around the world about Korea and Japan and opening up new agencies. So it's all still very positive stuff coming out about Bitcoin.
Your comment in the chat there is pretty well spot on that we just, as soon as the bear cycle ends, we'll be rewarded by our patience. And that's a very, very key word you say. Patience is a great virtue to have. Now, so we'd like to make it a fairly short one today. Obviously, if there's anyone watching, you guys, and you've got a quick question, type it in the chat box quickly and we'll get Claudia to answer that while we've got her. Bill's not here, so we'll throw all the pressure on to Claudia in sunny Switzerland, having a coffee with the founder of Ethereum later on this afternoon, maybe. Maybe not.
Well, you know, the problem is, Kitty, what I say is I don't have your microphone with me, so it's going to be a little bit hard to catch him, you know.
Just go to eBay, Claudia, and get yourself a microphone. I'll make you up the little Bitcoin sticker thing, and you just stick that on, and away you go wandering around the Swiss Alps talking to people about Ethereum and Bitcoin, trying to catch up with them. That'd be good. Is there any questions, folks? Come on, type them in quickly. I'm just trying to think. Everything. A few people are having problem with the website logging in. Now, I think we covered this last week. When you log in, and correct me if I'm wrong, Claudia, we've got to go .com after Swiss Gold Global. I'm just going to go to.
Well, most people have it on their how you call it? They have accepted the cookies. So most people, they just go automatically because they have the cookie site tracking. They should delete their cookies because it will bring them when they log into .ch, .schwitz.ch, and that is wrong. It doesn't work. They have done some upgrades and changes. It has to be .com or .net. So if they go, let's say, because we have in our mobile phones, we have the reminder here in there, and then we go we bring up that, and often it tracks us back to .ch. No, it will not work. You have to put in there a .net, N-E-T.
Or .com.
Yeah, or .com, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the easy way to do that, obviously, is just go to Google and type in Swiss Gold Global and start from your search.
Yeah, no, because it still will always track them back on their old login. They need to delete the cookies. They need to clear cache. They need to delete the cookies. That's great. Otherwise, that's how the phone's designed. It's designed to track you back to the information you'd searched.
Yeah, there is. If you type in Swiss Gold Global, there is the company.swissgoldglobal.ch as the login page. If you go to the one underneath that, it's company.swissgoldglobal.com. So you've got to try and go to the one.com. But like you say, your cookies will overrule that. And I must have cleared my cookies because I go straight to, I log in straight away. There's no dramas with mine. So that's a tip there from Claudia. Now, Robbie's got any idea when the new Swiss Gold Global website and app will be online around October also? Probably the new website with the new products, I guess. Yes, Robbie. I think Bill said last week, early October for the rebranding, the new name and the new products. The website's actually completed. Claudia and Bill mentioned last week, the week before. The website's actually completed. And just with the new tokens, just needs to be added to just bring that completely to 100%. So it's all ready to go. Claudia's seen it. It's nice blue and white, she said, as the colouring of the website, which is pretty exciting. So that's all up and running, Robbie. Just needs the addition of the new products just to complete that. And why are there so little people on the Swiss Gold Global Live, Connie asks, or do you only want Australian people on? We advertise this everywhere, Connie, but the truth is people people don't maintain their composure, their consistency. They see a little bit of a downturn in their business and they look somewhere else, Connie. They have no faith or stickability in any business. You're on every week. Robbie's on every week. A number of people. Doug's watching every week. When things are flying, people are coming in from everywhere. But when things are a little bit tough, a little bit of a downturn, only the strong people are here. And obviously you are. And that's the same in any business. Anything that's happening, even in sport, you can relate that to if your team in your local town there in the Netherlands is not doing too well. When they're in the top of the table performing well, there's 25,000 going to the game, but they have a couple of bad results and they're not doing too well. The coach fires someone or he gets sacked or whatever. All of a sudden there's 10,000 people going and then there's 7,000, 5,000 and the numbers drop away. It's the same thing here. People want it to be 100% fantastic all the time, and when it doesn't get that way, they pretty well go on the SOS, as Paul and I say, shiny object syndrome. They look around for other different things and get distracted and join this and join that and join the other. And all of a sudden on their feeds, you'll see them promoting other stuff, multiple things. There's one guy on my friends list. He promotes something new just about every week. It's quite funny because Stop Press, boy, oh boy, launching this week. Unbelievable. So much percent return, 3.5% return per day. Join now. And I just click on his links to have a look at, see what it is. It's something to do with this, a matrix of some description. And then the next week, oh my God, you won't believe what I found. It's crazy every week, but he seems to get 20 or 30 people follow him into different things. And he must have 20 businesses on the go. But the thing is, his videos are and this is a dead giveaway, in an old house with a broken down picture behind and some old clothes in the background, and his couch has got a hole in it, and there's an old mangy dog and a cat lying in the corner. And so it's a dead giveaway that he's not doing particularly well, but he's still trying, and that's what you got to do in this business. You can't give up. You got to keep trying. So I hope that's I mean, with me online, stickability, great word.
But also, Kitty, that it's not a Swissquote Global official webinar. It's you guys' private webinar or Zoom. It's not announced through Swissquote Global, because when we have the Swissquote Global webinars, which we do, we have of course quite a few people on there. But this is a private from you, so it's not being emailed out or whatsoever through Swissquote Global, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's just something Paul and I do every week. And that's it, kind of where.
Which is wonderful. Stickability. I mean, there is a great book about that. It's from Craig S. Reed. He did actually quite a few coaching programs for Swissquote Global some time back as well. And it's called Stickability. Very good one.
Well, you know, we're here every week and we try and be consistent. And we ask you to come on, we ask Bill to come on. So to give you an update every 7 days is pretty good. And we've been doing that. This is number 54 now that we've been doing. So there's not a lot happening at the moment. You know, the contracts aren't paying. There's no updates. We give people a bit of information about the calculator to use and other bits of content that we find. Some articles that we may post in the different groups to give people a bit of an idea. But it is quiet at the moment. There's no question about that.
That's the silence before the storm.
The silence before the storm, or the calm before the storm. Yeah. But at the same, so we're here every week, regardless. And there's always something a little bit we talk about and give people a little bit of information. So hopefully that helps, Connie. That we're at least consistent every week. You can count on us being here. And answering your questions and giving a bit of insight. And I firmly believe 2019 is going to be extraordinary. I just got that real good feeling. We're into September now, September, October, November, December. So that's only 4 months, 16 weeks, which will go in a flash. Time is going so quick. It's just ridiculous how fast time is going. And so it's already 35 minutes of this hangout already, and we've talked on a few things, but it's pretty exciting. I've got that real good feeling about 2019 as far as the breakout of Bitcoin, and that's why I do a lot of watching of videos on YouTube in particular of people I'm following regarding just learning and listening to what they've heard and bits of information that they've picked up from different companies. And obviously, with Genesis, you just go to their Twitter feed down the bottom of their main page and click on their Twitter feed. There's always some bits of information on I'm just going here now. Is it the pinned post, September the 1st? So a couple of days ago, they posted mining rigs in less than 10 paragraphs. They've given you information there, so we can earn a lot of prop from them as well through their feeds and other people. So it's all going to help us in our business. But I've definitely got that feeling about next year. So to finish off, Paul, you're feeling the next few months, but what do you think is going to happen, say 6-12 months? You got any gut feelings, or you've heard information from someone said and you've gone, yeah, that guy's right, or that woman's right, or they're right, that group's right? I reckon that's going to come true. What do you reckon? What do you think is going to happen?
My personal bit is that I don't look at a lot of them these days because they all just seem to cross over. One says this, one says that. But my feeling is that the difficulty rate will go down and the price of Bitcoin will go up. And so we'll all have a very happy Christmas.
Yes, the difficulty rate going down would be a good thing. And that's right, what Robbie asked, and someone asked the other week about them turning machines off. If there are companies that are turning them off and the difficulty rate stays the same and we get an increase in the price and maybe get a downturn in the difficulty rate, it just helps us to start earning again. Now, the one thing we sort of really haven't covered, that all the contracts we have are open-ended, except for the brand new ones. All we need to do is get through this period and start paying again. And Karen asked the question, is that 28 cents is the maintenance fee. So it's got to get to 29 cents, Karen, which is right now today is $7,650 US. Now that may change tomorrow. It might go up to 7,700 tomorrow, depending on the rate on that calculator. That's approximate. But as soon as they hit 29 cents, they're paying again, and that 60-day period is null and void. Bang, it's back to zero. And if it drops down again, it starts again at 1, 2, 3 days. But if it carries on and goes to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 and just hovers around there up till Christmas, and the difficulty rate won't get up that high, to kill them out, we'll be earning on our open-ended contracts. The machines will be earning. And that's the exciting part that I think we've probably overlooked a little bit, that we still have open-ended contracts. We just need them to kick in, and they're open-ended again, and they just keep going. So that's my belief about 2019. We're in a bit of a dip. We're just sort of hovering, just need to pull out of it. It's like a jumbo jet. It's a bit overloaded, so we're throwing a few suitcases out the back door and starting to level off. Right, we'll need to chuck out a few more suitcases, maybe a couple of passengers from the last 15 rows. Get rid of a few miners, get rid of them, and then the jumbo's pulling up, and then the captain's put the power down, and all of a sudden we've hit 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, and we're earning reasonably good money from our contracts, which are open-ended. And if we power into 2019 and it goes back to 20,000, then we are laughing, folks, because of all those contracts that we've got. And at that stage, Bill will have his mining farm up and running with the new way to earn with the mining contracts, as Cloudy's alluded to, plus the tokens, gold, silver tokens, plus the new product coming. You know, that's why I'm pretty excited about 2019. If all these things come together, the first hurdle we've got to get over is 7,650, and just maintain that and get our contracts back on track again, open-ended. And I've got lots of contracts because I compounded like crazy last year. Any profit I had, I just bought and bought and bought and bought and bought. So if they kick in, then my income goes up dramatically over the next few months, which I'm pretty excited about. So, oh yeah, everyone's got to get their wallet. So I spoke to 10 people last week and told them to get a wallet, and they're in Australia. So I said, just do something very simple. Here's a wallet, CoinJar. Just go and get one of these, CoinJar wallet. So I just told them, go and get CoinJar, Google it, and open a free account, put $20 in, buy some Bitcoin. So I just told 10 people.
Only Australia, Kitty, right?
Yeah, just for that one, yeah, only in Australia. But
which one do you recommend for the others then?
Well, the biggest one's Coinbase, isn't it? Coinbase, but we had problems with Coinbase with their slowness last year. Has that changed as far as us using Coinbase?
Well, I wouldn't use Coinbase anyways, because Coinbase is an exchange, so I would never use it. I mean, you have Wirex. The Wirex card in Europe works very well. Wirex?
Wirex, yeah, Wirex.
Correct, and they have the card attached, so it's actually really good, the Wirex card. I think they just did something with Australia now as well, so I think for Europe that's also a very good solution, Wirex card.
All right, well, I'll check that out actually for Australia. Or Connie says Septrocoin. Septrocoin, have you heard of that, Claudia?
I think she says Spectrocoin, yeah?
Oh, Spectrocoin, yeah. Spectrocoin.
Yeah, Spectrocoin is also good. Yeah, because I'm German. I'm still waiting for my Bitwala to come back. I have an account with Bitwala, which had the prepaid cards. So they're working on becoming. They're working on their license to become their own bank. So I'm registered to be one of the first ones when they release the card again. So I didn't apply therefore for Wirex. I actually have the waiting for my Bitwala to come back in my cards for the cards.
The cards, yeah. And Robbie said he uses Wirex in Belgium for a month now. Transferred Bitcoin and Euro, no problem. So that's good. That's good to know for in Europe. It's good. Thanks for helping out, guys, with that. That's brilliant. So well done there. Okay, so let's finish off. It's 42 minutes in, or 42 minutes in. Fingers, toes crossed, hair on the back of your head crossed, 7,650. Just need to hit that mark. I wonder if it's gone up at all since we've been talking. It's gone up a little bit, 7,232, maybe just hovering around there. Just need to kick in a couple of $100 and we're there and we're live again. Fantastic. That'd be awesome. So that could happen within a week. The break-even day is October the 6th. I'm pretty confident we'll get above that before and it'll reset to zero. And that's about it for this week. Blockchain as well, Connie uses, yeah. There's some good wallets out there. Just tell as many people as you can, just open a wallet with somebody and put $20 in and say, hey, I own Bitcoin. Because everyone's talking about it. Everyone I speak to, 100% of people now know about Bitcoin. Maybe I spoke to one really, really old lady today in her 80s. She didn't know what Bitcoin was. But I talked to a 15-year-old kid, a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old kid, and they knew what Bitcoin was. I couldn't believe it. 12-year-old kid knew what Bitcoin was. I said, wow, fantastic. Imagine what the information you'll have at your fingertips in 10 years from now if you're starting now with that. Pretty switched on kid. Little kid, technology. They just asked him, can you help me fix my phone? Done. Pretty quick. So, yeah. All right. Claudia, thank you for that, for coming on this week. Where will you be next week? Going anywhere exciting?
That is, which I don't know yet. Yes, I could be, maybe I'm in the US. I'm not sure yet. That depends. So yeah, I'm sure I don't know. So I'm open. I know I'm going to be here for a few days more in Switzerland. Then I'm going to go back quickly to Germany, and then let's see where I am. You never know. But another great wallet I do also like is the Samurai wallet, the Samurai Bitcoin wallet. I like that as well. Just to say, the Samurai. Yeah,
like Japanese samurai. Yep. So it's a Japanese-based card, or is it wallet, or where's it based?
It's called. Well, it is. First of all, it's SAMOURA for Apple, I for India. Samurai wallet. So it has just very great features. That one, and basically it's high secure, and it's one of the best which the devs of the developers, the sort of the Bitcoin core community, let's say it, that's what they like to use. It's a modern Bitcoin wallet, transactions private, your identity is masked, and the funds are secure. So it's pretty awesome.
All right, there you go. Samurai. I'll Google that straight away when we finish and look to get one of those. Yep. All right. Thank you, Claudia. Enjoy your travels wherever you land. Just spin the globe and then put your finger on a country and then boom, there you go.
But I still have to try to get Vitalik.
You which one?
I still have to try to get this afternoon an interview with Vitalik Buterin.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Ethereum. Yeah, okay. Well, just use your phone if you have to. Last resort, just use your phone and tackle him, Mr. Ethereum. That'd be good. Who are you interviewing this week, Paul? Anyone interesting?
No, I'm going to probably search out who the created the word stickability is. So that'll be my major job on the Gold Coast this week. Maybe Cordy can use that when she goes to Ethereum, get stickability to everybody.
It's a guy called Craig S. Reed, and he wrote the book Stickability through the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So we went actually to his event, Bill and I, many years ago. It was in San Diego. The event, very nice, very great event. I got an interview with my favorite, movie producer, Pretty Woman, and Gary Goldstein. Was an amazing event. This is which Craig Reed, the founder of Stickability, actually did launch there his book. It's a very good one to research and to read.
All right. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Paul. Good luck on the Gold Coast. Stickability, whatever you're doing. Whatever you're sticking to, good luck with that. All right, folks, thank you for watching again. It's great having you on, great having the questions. We will see you next week. It'll be number 55 for us next week. And if anything exciting comes up, we'll let you know about that during the week. We'll let you know next Monday. Thanks very much, folks. Goodbye, Claudia. Auf Wiedersehen, and see you later, Paul, and see you later, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.